without talking about it, it's easier for people to kind of push under the rug. So speaking up about it is gonna, force the accountability.
Now at 6, a former patient of the Vancouver Pediatrician accused of child sex abuse speaking out about her experience. What she's accusing Kaiser Permanente of in a newly filed lawsuit. Plus,
I think it was a miracle because how otherwise she couldn't know that was coming.
Well, a family grateful to still be standing after a car crashed into their baby's nursery 3 minutes after the mother and baby were in the room. And
it's a really scary feeling to think that something could have happened worse than what did.
the Multnomah Athletic Club is still closed, but that's not stopping the MAC community from coming together. The big thanks that they're giving to crews that responded to the tragic events that has the club's doors shut. Sunrise at 6 starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Tuesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Glad to have you with us. Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis are standing by. Ooh, Rod.
Yeah.
Looks like you got a little activity there to talk about.
Yeah, we're hitting Futurecast for you hard this morning. We're dry during the morning. We're dry during the afternoon. We're dry even early this evening. This is 10 o'clock, showing some storms racing south to north up the Cascades and showing the potential of some rain bouncing into Portland. It does appear that, sorry we're having some issues with our monitor, it does appear that most of the action tonight will stay over the Cascades, but we're going to be looking at some rain coming in tomorrow morning. So all of that coming up. Right now there's the rising sun, 57 degrees. You flip the camera, well, there we go, black again. Come on. There's the Rose City camera. Temperature is in the 50s this morning. Here's a look at our day planner, our school bus forecast. 55 out the door, 73 at noon. Again, all dry, partly sunny to increasing clouds, and we'll get up to about 80 when the kids get out of school. Let's quickly go to Chris while I have an image behind me.
Rod, yeah, right? So we had a bridge lift about 20 minutes ago or so. The good news is the bridge is back down, traffic is flowing, and the trip out of Clark County is moving along just fine now. We had some delays just a couple of minutes ago, but we're back to a speed limit clip there. Elsewhere on the freeway system, door number 2 takes us down to Tualatin, wide open with the I-5 North commute near the 205 interchange. That looks pretty good. And out on the Sunset, this is out near 217. You can see eastbound traffic zipping along just fine as well. So with that, guys, we've got a speed limit commute. No major freeway trouble just yet.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Well, we begin with an update to news we brought you yesterday on Sunrise. We are hearing from the person accusing Kaiser Permanente of failing to protect patients from a former Vancouver pediatrician accused of child sex abuse.
The lawsuit filed alleges Kaiser knew about complaints against Dr. Michael Wilmington for nearly 20 years. And we do want to warn you that some of the details are disturbing. The plaintiff, known only as Jane Doe, spoke with KGW and asked us to conceal her identity. She told us that Wilmington abused her when she was a minor between 2000 and 2006. She says that the doctor made sexual comments, showed her pornographic material, required her to be naked when it wasn't medically necessary, and inappropriately touched her.
You just kind of feel dirty in a sense. I think that it's hard having somebody that you should trust do something like that. It's just kind of hard to wrap your mind around.
The survivor's lawyers say that they have heard from about 50 people in the last week with various complaints about the doctor. Wilmington was facing a felony warrant for child molestation, but was found dead earlier this month of an apparent suicide. Kaiser issued a new statement after the suit was filed, saying in part, quote, "Its primary concern continues to be for anyone who has been affected by Dr. Wilmington's actions."
Meanwhile, a third suspect in that child sex abuse investigation is expected back in court tomorrow morning. William Snyderwine is the man investigators say introduced Wilmington and Chad Hartley, who is facing child trafficking charges. Snyderwine is expected to go over bail and a preliminary release on Wednesday.
Deputies in Washington County arrested a man accused of sexually abusing an elderly woman at a care facility in Raleigh Hills. 25-year-old Oscar Marquez Alonzo right there was taken into custody on Saturday. Deputies say that he had only worked as a caregiver at the facility for about a month before other staff called authorities, worried that he was abusing a resident. Detectives say that they are concerned that there could be more victims. And a reminder, if you or someone you know is a survivor of sexual assault, help is always available 24/7. One resource for you is the National Sexual Assault Hotline. That number is 1-800-656-4555. 4673.
A body was found in North Portland during a search of the Columbia River on Monday morning. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says the person was found near Kelly Point Park. They tell us it's an adult, but no word on who they are. The medical examiner will determine the official cause of death.
One person was arrested after Portland police broke up an illegal street takeover that involved about 100 streetcars. The group moved through Northeast Portland before Portland police made contact in a parking lot on North Columbia Boulevard Saturday night. So there, officers found a BMW that had been involved and arrested the driver after he abandoned the car on Hayden Island. He's been identified as 29-year-old Spencer Roden. He's arrested for attempting to elude by vehicle and foot and reckless driving.
We'll take a look at this damage done to a baby's nursery after an SUV crashed right into the bedroom. Happened yesterday afternoon at a home in the Pleasant Valley area. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says the baby's mother had just taken him out of the nursery minutes before the crash. Deputies say the driver was trying to pass a trailer in a no passing zone on Southeast Jenny Road, saw an oncoming car and tried to move back, but ended up sideswiping the trailer and losing control down an embankment before ending up in the house. Thankfully, nobody was seriously hurt, though we did have a chance to meet baby Jorge, who's 6 months old, and talks with his uncle.
At least we're not crying on the ER, waiting to see if someone's gonna make it or not. So we're blessed, I think. We're happy, and I think this will be okay.
The driver was taken to the hospital to get checked out. Deputies say they will be cited for reckless driving. Meanwhile, the house sustained extensive structural damage to a wall and the roof. The family has started a GoFundMe to help pay for the damage. You can find that link over on our website, kgw.com.
As the Multnomah Athletic Club continues to repair the damage, families of the MAC wanted to say thank you to firefighters who were first on the scene.
Yeah, the MAC families gathered at Fire Station 3 to show their gratitude in person. Devin Haskins live outside the club in Southwest Portland with more on their kind gesture. Devin, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's been 10 days since that crash here at the MAC, and families yesterday wanted to say thank you to those firefighters that first responded. It was back on May 2nd when 49-year-old Bruce Whitman drove a car filled with explosive devices and through the building just before 3 a.m. According to Portland police, there were 20 propane tanks and about 10 pipe bombs, among other things, inside of the car. Whitman did not survive. When firefighters arrived, they were expecting a car fire, but quickly realized the situation was far more dangerous. Now, more than a week later, the MAC families are grateful to those who responded and stopped by Station 3 on Monday with handmade cards and messages of support. They say they've been thinking about those first responders ever since and just wanted to say thank you for saving the MAC.
They didn't have the luxury of having robots to clear the bombs out of there. They just had to put out the fire, and they did. And they went beyond what we assume is an heroic effort that they do every single day and stepped it up even more, and we're just so grateful for them.
The club has been closed since the explosion on the 2nd, and officials here at the MAC are saying that they are trying to reopen the MAC as soon as possible, maybe even as soon as tomorrow, in a phased approach if they get the final approval from the fire marshal. Back to you.
All right, Devin Haskins reporting live this morning. Thank you, Devin.
With 6:08, we are taking a live look outside courtesy of our Chehalem Tasting Room Sky Cam, and what a beautiful sunrise we have to start the morning there, Rod.
Sometimes these partly cloudy mornings are the most stunning, far more so than even the clear sky mornings. It's a nice day shaping up. The rain chances that we're tracking start later this evening, overnight, and then into tomorrow. Cloudiness really showing up offshore. We will see a kind of a mostly sunny to increasing cloudiness kind of day, but all dry this morning, all dry this afternoon, all dry into the evening. Temperature out there in Sherwood from the Chehalem Tasting Room camera in Sherwood is 55 degrees. Temperature is 52 out in Forest Grove. We have some warm spots. Look at Happy Valley. 63 in Gresham and Troutdale, a little warm bubble there, 65 in Troutdale, in fact. It's 51 in Camas, so it's always interesting when you can get over a short radiance, like a 10, 15 degree temperature difference. Estacada 53, Silverton 61, Salem 52. Really nice morning. Here's the weather map, which is all dry during the day, as I mentioned, and we've got warm to hot weather coming in central and eastern areas of our state. Bend upper 80s today. Burns nearing 90, 87 in Baker City, warmest day you folks have had in a while. And then we have increasing cloudiness coming up here on the west side, enough so that it could keep the sun down and give you folks in Salem a high today, stopping somewhere in the mid-70s or 77 at most. You hit 80 yesterday. Portland was 81 yesterday. I have it's partly sunny to increasing clouds and 84 today. The storm threat later this evening, mid to late evening, that may or may not hold along the Cascades, meaning it could come into the valley. And then we absolutely expect some rain first thing tomorrow morning. After that, scattered showers. Thursday, a chance of rain later in the afternoon. Sun and showers on Friday. Look at the cooler weather. In fact, Saturday, if it's cloudy with occasional showers in the heart of the day, we may struggle just to hit 60. After that, we go back to dry on Sunday and Monday, and that is your forecast.